Tonight, severe weather slams into Manitoba.
We've got massive amounts of water coming into the town, flooding homes and businesses.
Tornado alert, where this funnel cloud was spotted and the impact this storm has had on the region. Plus,
We've got massive amounts of water coming into the town, flooding homes and businesses.
high water havoc. How many rural municipalities have declared states of emergency as the Parkland deluge continues? Also tonight,
Now I think people are feeling like, all right, let's get the show on the road.
which industry the Premier is signaling he'll roll back regulations on in order to spur development.
CTV News. Live from downtown Winnipeg with Taylor Brock.
It's been an evening of wild weather and possible tornado sightings. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Hendricks. Emergency alerts have been sounding on mobile phones in Manitoba off and on, starting in the late afternoon and throughout the evening. It's from a severe thunderstorm that's been moving across the province. The system producing intense rain, hail, and what appears to be a tornado. This video was sent to us by Michaela Dewick in the St. Anne area. You can see what appears to be a funnel cloud. Now, several people in the area took pictures and video of this funnel cloud as it swept into the community just after 5 this afternoon. Dewick says that she and her partner watched it approach with awe and a little fear.
As it was coming closer to the houses, we literally saw it transform from this huge cloud to going into that funnel type cloud, but it never actually touched or hit or anything.
Environment Canada says they've received a few reports of tornadoes across southern Manitoba. Now, this includes a possible tornado spotted near the northwestern perimeter. Investigations will commence tomorrow before they can officially confirm it touched down or caused any damage. We will have much more on the storm coming up a little later in weather. Now, the Parkland region also isn't getting a break following weekend storms. 2 more municipalities declared states of emergency today, now including the town of Swan River, which is dealing with a widespread overland flooding. Meantime, Swan Valley West has a dam on the verge of collapsing, possibly pouring even more water into the already flooded region. CTV's Harrison Shin has the latest.
2 more municipalities in Manitoba's Parkland region declare states of emergency on Tuesday: Swan River and Swan Valley West.
We started seeing some overland flooding in our industrial park, and there then started sandbagging in that area. And then maybe about 2 hours later, roughly, then we started seeing a little bit more overland flooding.
Dozens of homes and businesses are affected, communication lines are spotty, power's out, and roadways are collapsed, leaving some area residents stranded. Restaurant owner Cam McIntyre is making the best of things for now.
I'm going to have spoils of war, for lack of a better term, because my food that's in my coolers and my freezers is only going to hold up for so long before it's perished.
In Swan Valley West, this dam holding off the waters of Harvey Lake is on the verge of collapse.
We've got a few feet of dam left there before it fails. Should it fail, that entire lake will drain into the Roaring River system, which will then further increase flood levels in Swan Valley.
Manitoba Premier Wap Kinew says the province's emergency management organization has been coordinating operations since Monday night.
We've got the Office of the Fire Commissioner's CAN TF4 deployed there, so they're going to help with water rescue for emergency response when people, hopefully they don't, but in case people do need to make their way to hospital.
Harrison Shin, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Repairs on the Harvey Lake Dam are ongoing. Now, Swan River MLA Rick Wochuk is calling on the Premier to take swift action. The Granite Curling Club has had its day in court in its ongoing dispute with the city over land that it leases from them. The Winnipeg Curling Club is challenging a city bylaw that subdivides and rezones its west parking lot. It's part of an effort to redevelop the site into a 123-foot affordable housing project. The land is owned by the city, but court heard it's been leased to the club on a monthly basis for decades. Council gave the bylaw first reading in March of last year. The club then appealed to the municipal board, arguing the loss of parking would jeopardize its operations. The board recommended the bylaw proceed, but required both parties to develop an adequate parking plan before it could pass a second and third reading. The bylaw ultimately passed, but the Granite Curling Club says no such parking plan was ever put in place and took legal action. Today, its lawyer argued the bylaw should be struck down, saying it violated the city's charter and lacked procedural fairness. Meantime, the city's lawyer countered, telling the court the city acted reasonably throughout and tried to work out an alternative arrangement through a modified lease. Court of King's Bench Justice Amiran Codler reserved his decision and says he hopes to release it this fall. A Brandon police officer is charged tonight for an assault on a youth at a high school. Manitoba's police watchdog says it relates to an arrest last year on June 10th when police responded to reports of someone with an edged weapon who was, in their words, out of control. The suspect was arrested after being hit with a stun gun, but investigators say the alleged assault occurred after that, sending the suspect to hospital. Now, government officials and Brandon Police Service won't confirm if this event is related to a takedown which took place on that day at Neelan High School. Now, on that same day, a 16-year-old was arrested for attacking another student with a sword at the school. It resulted in the victim getting injured in the chest, forearms, hands, and thighs. The Premier has unveiled a plan today to streamline mining regulations in an effort to attract investment. At this morning's Chamber of Commerce breakfast, Wab Canoe said Manitoba has been focusing on healthcare, but it's time to make it easier to get resource projects going. Using the slogan, "Mine, Baby Mine," Canoe says there is nothing stopping Manitoba from following the growing path of Saskatchewan. He added that part of the motivation is driven by ongoing trade uncertainty with the United States. Meantime, the province introduced 2 programs today that it hopes will help more young people find work. The first is aimed at Manitobans aged 18 to 29 and has 2 funding streams, one for students, apprentices, and recent graduates, the other for unemployed youth not in education or training programs. The hope is that this will provide career guidance, training for in-demand skills, networking opportunities, and professional employment services. Chuck Davidson, the president of the Manitoba Chambers of Commerce, is supportive of any program that he says will help shore up the provincial workforce, particularly in rural Manitoba.
So businesses aren't spending as much as they used to in the past. And so what are the things that they're not doing? They're not hiring as many people. And who are they not hiring? They're not hiring young people. If you are going to be hiring, you're looking for people with experience. You're looking for people that are going to be a better fit for your organization. You might not be looking for part-time staff as well.
The other program is specifically geared towards youth facing barriers to entering the workforce, such as those exiting the child welfare system. Time now for a first check on the weather, and it's actually still quite warm, 20 degrees and cloudy. The barometer is falling, humidity at 90%. Now, overnight is going to get a little cooler, and there is more chance for thunderstorms. Your wake-up weather, again, 20 degrees and showers possible.
We have nothing for the children at all, no play structure or anything.
Nowhere to play. Why a woman in the Maples feels the city is letting kids down in her area. A woman living in the Maples says the parks in her neighborhood just aren't up to snuff. And as CTV's Daniel Halmerson shows you, she's petitioning for more outdoor spaces for kids to play in.
Barbara Wesley's lived in the Maples Elwick neighborhood for about 9 years and often spends time outside with her grandchildren. But she says there's not many places for kids to play.
They don't play around here. They play on the streets, whatever they can find, on the sidewalks with their bikes.
There's only a couple small parks in walking distance from Wesley's house. She says this play structure off Marlowe Court isn't that safe, and the Manor House Tot Lot a few blocks away as well, just a lot.
We have nothing for the children at all, no play structure or anything, and it's boulder rocks there. It's not safe for the children.
That's why she's been petitioning the city to redevelop Manor House Tot Lot for the past 2 years.
We want a play structure, a sandbox, not boulders with rocks, even a little bike trail for them to bring their little bikes here to play with.
Wesley says she's been in touch with her city councillor, MLA, the school division, and some community organizations about the matter.
There is no progress being made in our community. We're just getting emails back and forth, a lot of lip going on.
But Devi Sharma, city councillor for Old Kildonan, says there are plans in the works for the Manor House tot lot.
Families will see new play equipment that'll serve 2 to 12-year-olds, new picnic benches, and of course we're going to plant a few trees there as well. So it's going to be a lovely green space when it's updated, and those plans are underway.
Sharma says they're finalizing designs and says construction should get underway in the next year. She adds the city has revitalized other spaces in the greater Maples community in recent years, including a splash pad in Adson Park.
There's a lot of plans underway, and parks and green spaces are a priority of mine, and I think council shares that priority overall as well.
Daniel Halmerson, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Mounties are searching for a suspect after a store clerk was injured trying to prevent a theft. It happened Saturday night at the corner of Highways 59 and 11, just south of Victoria Beach. RCMP say the clerk grabbed onto a suspect as they tried to leave on an ATV with stolen liquor, but the clerk fell off and was then run over. The 40-year-old man suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries and remains in hospital. RCMP are now looking for 27-year-old Kevin Corshane of Winnipeg, who's facing several charges, including aggravated assault, robbery, and failure to comply. Corshane hasn't been seen or heard from since the incident and has been reported missing by his family. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact RCMP or Crime Stoppers. 2 men are facing charges after millions of illegal cigarettes were discovered in a semi-trailer near the Ontario border. Mounties say 781 cases totaling more than 7,800,000 individual cigarettes were discovered in the trailer at a weigh station at West Hawk Lake last month. The driver, a 40-year-old man from Brooks, Alberta, and his passenger, a 70-year-old man from Toronto, were arrested. They have a court date in August on charges of possession of contraband tobacco and possession of contraband tobacco for the purpose of distribution. Under Manitoba's triple tax penalty, fines would be north of $7 million, on top of a federal fine of more than $1 million. Well, more than 8,800 megaliters of sewage spilled into Winnipeg's waterways last year. Now, by comparison, that's more than 3,500 Olympic-sized swimming pools, or roughly 2/5 of all the water in Clear Lake. Now, while that's a lot, it's actually 30% less than a year earlier. The information is part of the city's latest progress report on a plan to reduce the amount of outflows by 85%. As of 2025, the report says it achieved 77%. The choice is yours, how you can help decide what Manitoba's next license plate will look like. And we'll have your complete Skywatch forecast when we return. Welcome back. It's been a wild evening with lots of tornado warnings, and as you can see in this picture, St. Anne's was at the center of it. We got a lot of pictures of a funnel cloud there. This one was shot by Joanne between St. Anne and St. Genevieve. Now here's another one from the area. This one taken by Tammy around 5:40 this evening. It's a pretty frightening looking picture, but there was beauty to be found in this storm. Take a look at this picture from Brad as the thunderstorms rolled through Douglas. Pretty striking. You can send us your storm pictures to winnipegweather@ctv.ca. Now, ironically, the day started off fairly clear. Then some clouds started rolling in. The storms formed around 3:30 south of Winnipeg and then expanded. And we've been getting emergency alerts on our phones throughout the evening. We've got funnel clouds, intense rain, and Environment Canada has received reports of softball-sized hail. Now, here in Winnipeg, it was golf ball-sized hail. Now, as we go to the satellite map, you can see the big threat is the thunderstorms to the west of Winnipeg. Around 9:45 this evening, Environment Canada warned a tornado was spotted around the northwest perimeter. The tornado was spotted in the area of the northwest perimeter, moving northeast at 30 kilometers an hour. Now, Environment Canada warned West Winnipeg, Grosse Isle, and Stony Mountain was in its path. Now, the weather agency is expecting that communities west of Winnipeg will also be receiving a lot of rain overnight because the storms aren't really moving very quickly. Some areas have received already up to 50 millimeters, and they could see double that amount before all is said and done. Now, the severe weather is not over yet. A lot of the storms in western Manitoba will continue throughout the night, possibly through the overnight hours as well. Tomorrow, it's going to be another busy day weather-wise with a 60% chance of showers. There's also a risk of a thunderstorm late in the morning and in the afternoon. So buckle up. It is going to be a very bumpy ride over the next 24 hours or so. Also expecting quite a bit of activity on Thursday too. It's going to be a lot of rain and a lot of thunderstorms over the next little bit. For now, let's take a look at the current temperatures across the province. The 20th edition of Bike to Work Day pedaled into Winnipeg today. 74 pit stops hosted by different organizations were set up across the city to promote a two-wheeled commute. Cyclists enjoyed food, drinks, and prizes, as well as a little TLC for their rides, like tune-ups. And reflective of the turnout today, organizers say the mode of transportation is continuing to grow in popularity.
Actually, I think two of the big growths were the pandemic. Saw a lot of people get on their bikes. And I think recently, right now, what we're seeing with gas prices, we're seeing a number of people, a lot of people getting on their bikes and saying, I'm going to give it a try. And we're also seeing, the explosion of e-bikes everywhere.
The event is part of Bike Week, which celebrates cycling and aims to create a fun and engaging experience for all riders. Bike Week runs through June 13th. The province is asking for your help in choosing a new license plate in support of Manitoba's provincial parks. It's giving Manitobans a choice between 5 designs. The artwork covers a range of outdoor scenes. Designs include people sitting outside admiring the wilderness under moonlight, a scenic canoe ride, and a simple black plate with the phrase, "Park at Night." A portion of the proceeds from each plate will go to the Manitoba Provincial Park Endowment Fund. You can cast your vote for your favorite online at engagemb.ca until July 31st. The new license plates will be made available sometime next year.
I wake up and there's usually a dinosaur sleeping on my kitchen floor.
A slow-moving one, how the tortoise has gained a following in Canada and around the world. What started out as a wrong number text has now turned into a blossoming friendship between two strangers, and it's helping one of them get through a very rough time. As Danny New shows you, it's a journey linked to a passion for photography.
The story of one wrong number, 2 unlikely friends, and the effort to preserve 500,000 photos.
It feels so supportive, and I feel for the first time in a long time that I'm not alone.
24-year-old Lauren Stevens and 72-year-old Werner Krutine have been close friends for a few months now after Lauren got a new phone number, which apparently was Vern Dog's old one.
And I got a text message one day asking for Vern Dog. And I'm immediately like, who is Vern Dog?
Naturally, she found him on LinkedIn, and it turned out that Lauren, a film photographer,
notice, see, like here they start the AAAs.
had just connected with a fellow Bay Area resident who has dedicated his career to taking pictures all around the world. He even snapped this famous photo from the 1989 earthquake of the Bay Bridge swallowing a car.
He took that photo.
I took a bunch.
That was in my textbook, Vern.
They became friends very quickly, and Lauren soon learned that Vern had a problem. The website he had been selling his photographs on, called photovault.com, was no longer bringing in business like it did back in the early days of the internet. Werner was choosing to not even use heat or hot water in his home anymore.
I came to Vern and I was like, I feel like I need to do something. It started when I got this text asking for Vern Dog.
Lauren sprung into action, launching Vern Dog social media accounts, creating a GoFundMe page, and even completely redoing his website.
So listen to this one. This is hilarious, sort of.
And now this new friendship has led to more than $60,000 being raised for Vern and a whole lot more people seeing his life's work.
The moment she stepped in, it's like it was like a ray of sunshine. I mean,
sorry, that's so nice.
A student's unexpected pet is inspiring a visitor from the other side of the world. As CTV's Adam Sawatsky shows you, it's a story about friendship, community, and one very popular tortoise.
Oh my God, I'm from Australia and I think this is amazing.
Jan Stewart has traveled here from Australia to photograph as many creatures as she can.
I can't believe it, but that you've got this walking up the street.
Before we introduce you to who's walking, if you asked Jan to rank all the animals she's encountered in Canada,
elk, marmot, orcas, seeing bears in the wild.
Just happening upon this tortoise named Pong is proving to be the #1 best by far.
It's incredible. I think it's beautiful. Love it.
Well, Simon Damborg doesn't disagree. He's not surprised to see the tortoise saunter down the street because the prehistoric-looking reptile is his roommate.
I wake up and there's usually a dinosaur sleeping on my kitchen floor, and it would be weird to not have that now.
Pong arrived in Simon's life after the tortoise outgrew his friend's place and required somewhere to recuperate after surgery.
And so, yeah, it was a temporary rescue 3.5 years ago.
It stopped being temporary when the process of rehabilitating the reptile created a permanent place for Pong in Simon's heart.
My heart is just jumping.
For Maria, seeing Pong is like love at first sight.
I feel, oh my God, it's so beautiful feeling. Look at that.
Whether he's sauntering down the sidewalk for his daily dose of exercise or watching others work out at the gym Simon and his partner own, Pong seems to always be lifting people's spirits.
That's wild, man. Just the amount of joy that it brought people. I mean, they'd walk with us for hours just to watch his little leggies mosey down the street.
So, Simon started sharing images of Pong's life in and out of their apartment on social media, showcasing the diaper he wears to work, how he's learned to open the fridge to get a healthy snack, and by speeding up the video, illustrating how the tortoise likes to stay as close to his family members as he can.
Hope that the joy that people get from seeing him, kind of like a pay it forward, that they go out of their way to do something to help bring joy to some other people.
A joy that's set to spread to the other side of the world, albeit at a tortoise pace, when Jan starts showing her photos of Pong to friends and family in Australia.
It's just amazing. It's amazing.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Vancouver.
Celebrating the hometown heroes, how one Winnipeg high school is paying homage to its former students who went on to become CFL alumni. And we'll have your 7-day Skywatch forecast next.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&Teak Spa Salon.
We have a couple more days of thunderstorms and possible showers, but things should be improving by the weekend. Millions of fans watch the CFL, but it's a lot harder to actually get on the field as a player. It's an exclusive club, and a small handful of them got their start at Sturgeon Heights Collegiate. Today, the school unveiled a CFL Wall of Fame. It shows off the jerseys of school alumni who played or officiated in the CFL. Now, that list of 7 includes Keenan LaFrance, Justin and Jordan Herdman, along with Wade Miller, the current Winnipeg Blue Bombers president. Sturgeon Heights believes it's produced more players than any other school in the city. Amazing. Congrats. That's going to do it for us. For another look at tonight's stories, though, visit us online at ctvnewswinnipeg.ca. Thanks so much for watching, and good night.